Good morning. How are you? I'm at the barn. Hello. Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? We're heading out here. Oh, my camera lens needs a little cleaning up, apparently. All right, there we go. I wiped your faces. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I see. I think I have to share this over. I don't think it's gonna go by itself. Did anybody get a notification? Good morning. Hi, Carla. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome, guys. Just trying to see if anybody got notified about this live stream. Yes, you got one. You got yours. Perfect. Sounds good. I'm at the farm today. Chucky Poo, Uncle Chuck. Are you going to come say hi to everybody? Hi. Chuck. Say hello to us, sir. Can we say hello hi to you? Hi to you. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning. Sorry, guys. I was a minute late this morning. I was a minute late. Hi, Uno. How are you? How you doing? All right. You look so fluffy. You're so fluffy this morning. Yes, you are. And so are you, you fluffy little animals. All right. I'm going to get my head screwed on straight here and try to talk to everybody. Hi. Don't get all rough and rowdy. There's been some developments with Chuck. So I'm going to fill everybody in. Yeah, that's Cinco. I got it in my head. I can't stop saying that name. Oh, he's peeing. That's good. Yes, I know that's Cinco. It's just hard. It's hard to get the name Uno out of my head. Hey, dude. Hey, you big galoot. Come say hi to everybody. Is it hard to hear me this morning? My volume? If I turn you this way, how's my volume? You can hear me good? Okay. Listen, I'm going to go in the office and we're going to talk. Kind of low. Got it. Just talk louder. Hi, baby goats. How are you? Good morning. So we have the baby goats here. Well, who wants some food? Are you looking to eat? Are you hungry? Yes, you are. So we have a small group of baby goats that are here. Man, there's a couple of updates I need to give you guys. A couple of updates. Let me see how I can do this. I am tired, but that's okay. That's normal. It's normal life, right? Normal life. Oh, it's been a rough couple days. My coffee is right here. I already have my coffee. What do you think of that? I don't know what that is. Hi. What are you doing? Who is this? This is Demi. Hi, Demi. Are you looking for your bottle? Yeah, we're going to get it for you. Don't worry. We're going to get it for you. Okay. Well, we have only 284 in here. Where is everybody? Where'd you all go? Why a rough couple days? Man, because we're at the Pennsylvania Farm Show and it is just go, 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 go. Hi, Henny. Good morning. How are you? I'm going to try to talk louder, okay? I know that this phone has a slight issue with the microphone. I'm not sure why. Hi, baby. I didn't make the bottle yet. I didn't make it, Demi. I didn't make it yet. Hi, Janelle. How are you? Hi. Hold on. Juliana, Nick will see us Friday at the farm show. We can't wait to see you. This is a little girl. Hi. I think people are struggling to find me this morning. Hi. Okay. Whew. All right. First thing I would like to say is I want to say thank you to, yeah, she has definitely a failed this buddy for sure. First thing I want to say is thank you to Andy Sowers. Andrew has completely been taking over my role here on the farm. Now, granted, he has less. Oh, thank you for the super. I can't spell your name, but you sent some money over. Thank you. That was pretty awesome. I did not drive home this morning. I drove home last night. And I just gotta say, I'm super thankful for Andy and I'm super thankful for Jeff for taking over. Andy is a rock star. One thing you guys probably don't know, today is the 2 year anniversary of Andy's brother passing away. And I may have talked about it before. It's not my story to tell completely, but things have kind of. First thing I'm going to do is I want to clarify something. Everyone kept asking about Justin the goat. My name is Justin, and he's my namesake. And when I got attacked by the bull a couple weeks ago, I was locked up inside the house. It was bedridden for a little bit. I couldn't do much. I, in fact, wasn't out in the barn at all. And the day I did get back out of the barn, and I want this to come from my mouth and nobody else's, so there's no more speculation. Um, Little Justin didn't look exactly right, and I had put him in the watching stall my first day back of the out of the my bed rest from the attack, and the next morning when I came into the watching stall, he was passed away, and it's unfortunate. It's sad. Sometimes we don't have any control over what's going on. Sometimes we don't know what's happening. We have a herd of 200 plus goats right now, and goats can hide their illnesses very well, especially um, when you don't know what you're looking for. And I don't want anybody to think that it was Andy's fault, Jeff's fault, anybody else's fault. It was nobody's fault. So little Justin the goat did unfortunately pass away a few weeks ago, or maybe a week and a half ago. And I haven't told you guys directly on a live stream, minus maybe here and there I brought it up. But of course, the few people that did hear about it have talked about it, which caused a lot of other speculation for other people to wonder what was going on. The one thing I got to tell you is these goats come up for sale, right? And we buy them. I mean, I have no clue whether they had enough colostrum from their mom. I have no clue whether they had a rough birth. I have no clue if they had selenium. I don't have any clue what the conditions were like. And so we lose some of our goats every year. I need to be transparent about that. Let me mute my notifications. I need to be transparent and let you guys know that we do lose some of our animals in this world of farming, and we can't save everybody. It's just not a possibility. I've been doing this long enough to know that it's just not a thing. there, every farm out there that has goats has losses. Especially the more goats, the more losses. It's just the way. It's just the way it works, and I'm not. I'm not giving any excuses. Listen, my office here is completely loaded with all the medicines we would ever need to take care of all of these guys when they get sick, right? But sometimes they just don't respond, or sometimes we don't see it soon enough, and we don't act fast enough because they hide goats hide their illnesses pretty dang well. That's why I implement like a 3 point check on my goats. um, First thing I do is I'm very good at telling the temperature of a goat just by putting my finger in their mouth, so I can feel whether they're in their range of 101.5 to 103.5. That's my first step. My second step is there's a FAMACHA check. I always check the eyelids, and I look for a nice pink lower eyelid. And then the third thing is their body score. I want to see if they're keeping their weight on, right? Have a nice day. Thank you, Karen. I know, guys, it's very difficult to hear me. There is zero things I can do about that. All right, well, so I got that one out of the way, and Justin passed away. He's no longer with us. Now, going back to Andy, Andy's here taking care of the other goats that are on the farm. Now, the main part of the herd is healthy, but there are a group of goats that we always keep our eyes on. There's always a group of goats that we keep our eyes on. We call them our watching stall goats, or some of the goats that are too young or fragile. Now, there's a goat named Taylor that I brought home from, or Megan brought home from the farm show. Taylor, I'm going to warm this bottle up while I'm talking. Yes, we're going to talk about Chuck in just a minute. Taylor has no suckle reflex whatsoever, and I'm going to show you Taylor in just a second. Taylor doesn't have a suckling reflex. She just cannot figure it out. She has no temperature. I know everyone was saying, "Hey, check her temperature. Maybe there's a problem with her temperature." Um, so this is Taylor right here. She acts like she wants to eat so badly. She's got a little bit of a cold. Again, this is one of those goats that we don't know much about their past. Born Christmas Eve from the other farmer named, no, not Christmas Eve. That would be Evie. Evie's on the other farm. Taylor is not Evie. But see, she acts like she wants to eat so bad. Now, I'm going to try, and hopefully, I think she had a small. Now, if you see this stuff on the side of her face, this is a mineral drench that I was giving her last night. I came home to take care of her, and I gave her this nice, this here. This is, I know it says for herbivores and, other animals or whatnot. But listen, this is loaded with so much crude protein and omegas and all those other things that are beneficial to animals. And I'm super happy to see her excited, but that's what's on her face right there. She's one of the goats that couldn't go there. I don't normally show my animals that are not doing so well. I don't normally do that because it opens us up for attacks to all of the negative people who want to just rain down on my parade. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to give her the bottle. And this is where she fails. She wants it so bad. I told myself I wasn't going to do this morning, but she seems so excited for it. See? And it's gone. She doesn't understand how to suckle. She's so hungry. She's so hungry, but she doesn't have a suckling reflex. She can't figure it out. There is no temperature. We checked the hiney. There's no diarrhea, right? She had a slight weepy eye, so I gave her some antibiotics for that. But she's getting weak. So what it's called, I believe what she has is weak kid syndrome. Look at that. She's suckling on my finger. She's suckling on my finger. I've tried the glove. We've tried everything. So she's very fragile. But the moment you put anything other than your finger in her mouth, it's failure. It's a failure. So we've been working on her. That's why she's back here on the farm. Now Andy's got his hands full because he's got a group of these goats that he has to take care of. He's taking care of the whole farm. His brother's anniversary of his death was today. His wife is obviously Tanya. She's doing okay, but there's a lot of medical issues with Tanya, and I can see it in his eyes that he's pretty stressed out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to tube feed her, and my problem with doing that is she's so fragile. She's so small. I want you to see I can place my fingers around her neck, right? And the tube is pretty rough. Hi, girl. I would love what I've been trying to do is teach her the suckle reflex. OMG. Come on, baby. You can do this. You can do this. This is amazing, guys. This is great. I don't care if it's a sip or two. As long as we're taking steps in the right direction, I know I know she's going to be okay. Okay. Now, I do have Chuck information, but before I get to that, there's also another goat that we lost. And she was very fragile. She never came to the farm show with us at all. And it was very unexpected. Um, that little cute goat with the floppy ears, her name was Lovey. And she passed on Andy's watch yesterday. And it sucks. It really, really, really sucks. This is the hard part about live streaming and telling you guys. But I have to tell you, um, she was drinking fine the night before, and the next morning she wasn't. And it's sad, I understand. And if you feel like you can't watch my channel or page because we have losses, I understand. I understand if you have to leave and you don't want to hear about it. This is one reason I don't tell you guys, because how painful it is, and then how your emotions get so involved. It's hard. I wish I could be everywhere at once. I wish I could be here everywhere at once. I wish I could be at the farm show. I wish I could be here. Wish I could be at my other farm taking care of that stuff. I'm just one person, and I have other people who are genuinely invested in helping out with this farm. And I never, ever, ever wanted any of that to fall down on Andy. And it makes me so sad. Hi, girl. Come on. I'm gonna go ahead and try this now again. Oh, see? No. It's hard to get that stuff off of my chest. It really is difficult to tell you guys about when I lose an animal. I've come a long way though, as far as climbing up a tree and hiding from the world. I've done that. I've hid myself. I've ran away from the pain before in the past. I've embraced the pain in the past, but I don't think I've ever just been able to accept it until recently. I have to start accepting it, because otherwise it'll fester. And if it festers, I just go listen to Longhorn Lester. Just kidding. That was so dumb. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the next one on our radar right here that we need to really focus on. So that's why I came home last night. I do get my stitches out of my leg um, today. I have to go get my stitches out of my leg. And I also am getting my MRIs on my shoulders because I have some shoulder issues. So I knew I wasn't going to be at the farm show with the rest of the crew today anyways. So I rolled out last night so I could spend some time with Taylor here. come up with a game plan with Andy on the best way to take care of this little girl. Um, there's one other thing that we've done as a safeguard in here, and let me show you. Let me show you. This is going to be great. I'm not done with her, I promise you. Yes, Lauren the goat is at the farm show. She's doing just fine. Lori, we have no clue whether these goats had enough colostrum or not. They were not born on our farm. When the goats come up available for sale, we are typically their first buyers. Anybody that wants to get rid of baby goats, since the name baby goat snuggling, that's us. And this is one of the worst. This is one of the worst parts of the farming life is the loss of your little cute animals. Here you go. Go ahead. You know it's there. You know that's where the food is coming from. She'll nibble on me. She'll nibble on that. I think we're going to try the glove situation. Here's what I did, though. Shasta. Shasta, Shasta, Shasta. So Shasta came from the rescue farm. If you remember, Tinkerbell and Tanya and Bluey. Well, Shasta came with Scout. Scout is at the farm show. Scout is super strong and super big. Shasta's the only mama goat on our farm that has. Oh, Hazel's escaped 3 times looking for me already. Shasta's the only one that's producing milk still on the farm. She's the only mama goat that has active milk and big bags. And so my thought is if I can get Shasta to accept these babies as her own, and I know it's a long shot. I know this is a long shot, but if I can get Shasta to accept even Taylor, I believe that little Taylor is going to pull through. This is a long shot because goats are so freaking bonded to their own that it's very difficult to transplant a kid to another nanny unless it's during a birthing situation where you can rub the placenta or put some sort of her own scent on this baby. But it's not impossible. We've done it before. That's a cud cough, everybody. It is a possibility. So what we're going to do here, and I do have Chuck information I'm going to tell you, okay? What I'm going to do here is I took the grains off of the ground. I'm going to put the grains down to distract her. And I hope, since she's so hungry right now, that she is going to want to drink off of Shasta. So we're going to drop the grains. And here's our medical board. This is the medical board with all of the goats that have some sort of medicine going in or out, needing updates, what their symptoms are, and what type of medicine that we've given them on the certain dates. This is Andy's handiwork. There you go, Mama. There you go. So we drop her some grains so she's distracted. And we're going to place little baby goat underneath and see if Mama lets her drink. See if she wants to drink, number one. That's the biggest issue, is getting her to want to drink. Now, Shasta's doing fairly well, not butting her away. I like that. But Andy and I did try this last night, and I don't think this is an overnight solution. This is not an overnight solution. This is not something that's just going to happen very quickly. So, oh, here she goes. Look. She's going to eat some grains, which is good. She is filling her belly with something. I mean, guys, her abomasum, which is her biggest stomach as a kid, is probably not as big as it should be. And if she's going to eat some solid foods, that's going to help her out, grow her rumen. She's going to prematurely be forced to grow up. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right. We also have Jessica Rabbit. Jessica over there doesn't have much of a suckle reflex either. But she does swallow and she does tolerate to have the nipple inside of her mouth. Let's get Jessica Rabbit. Come on. Come on, girl. Well, you know what? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Demi wants her bottle. This is a normal suckle reflex right here. This is what we're looking for: excitement, aggression, just constant suckling. And the reason this is so important, this is an extremely important thing. When we say suckle, right? Even tube feeding is the same as syringe feeding or just gravity feeding it into their mouth. It's not as good as letting them suckle off of a bottle. This is important. This is important because it's delivering the milk to the last stomach right now. And the last stomach is where it's going to get processed, pushed into the intestines, and all this raw milk with all this amazing bacteria is going to end up benefiting their bodies. And if it drops into the rumen first, it's not as effective. So it's really important. God is an amazing creator, because who could have ever designed something so complex that just a simple suckle reflex will create an esophageal tube and put the milk in the right spot, versus if they just swallow something without making the suckle groove, it'll end up in the first stomach. That's amazing. This is so amazing. So this is what we're trying to get Jessica Rabbit to do, and we're trying to get Taylor to do. And unfortunately, it's going to be an uphill battle, and it may not turn out well, and I need to prepare you guys for the fact that it might not turn out the way we want it to. But I want everybody to know that we are all trying our hardest. We are giving our best effort to try to give these guys the best life possible. We want to get them big, strong, and healthy. We want to spread joy to everybody with the animals, and then we want somebody to adopt them to keep them forever on their farms. That's just our goal. It's a simple. It should be a simple, easy, roundabout thing that we can repeat over and over. And each time we get a new batch of baby goats, we learn something new. Look at that. Look how fast that little Demi drank that. The whole freaking thing. Look at that. You drank about the whole thing. You want a little more? Well, we need to talk. I am not giving up on Taylor, guys. I do have, she takes some time. It takes about a good half an hour just to work with her to get 100 milliliters of milk in her system. Same thing with this one. This is Bree. I thought this was Jessica Rabbit. Let's see how Bree is doing. Bree, you have a crusty nose. Let's wipe you. This one is Bree. Oh my gosh, Jessica Rabbit's actually doing so much better that she was up walking around, and I thought that she was a different goat. So that's good. So let's see how you're doing. Hi. All right, Bree. I have not been here, obviously, in a few days. I don't know how this goat is drinking. We're going to find out. Do you have a suckle reflex? Do you like the bottle? Yes, I can add other additives. You know, there are things we can do to give them little energy boosts. So that was the idea with this other solution. Is I'm trying to give Taylor energy boosts so she has the more energy to try to suckle. I want you guys to look up FKS in goats, and that's what I believe is going on with Taylor. FKS. All right, so this here is a very slight suckle reflex. It's not much. She is swallowing, so she's doing good. But you can see this is a difficult job for somebody because it's emotionally taxing. Because if things don't go the way you're putting your heart, your soul, your effort, your time, every bit of emotions into this. You can't blindly feed a baby goat without emotion and then have one pass away and not be affected. And yeah, this is a little difficult sometimes. Gus, do you have a birthday on Gus? Oh, hey, Carol, how are you? No, I don't have one. Hi, Bree. This is better. This is better than Taylor right here. It's perfect. All right. So while she's trying to down the rest of this bottle, I have information on Chuck. Um, are you guys ready for this? Um, it's completely okay because somebody did us a favor. Somebody out here watching right now did us a favor. I got a call from the Texas Animal Welfare Commission yesterday. Texas called me. Well, actually, called my wife. She said, "Hey, you got to get over here." Texas called. I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Well, we they said they got a report that we illegally moved a bull from Pennsylvania to Texas." Okay, that was the message Lauren told me, but Lauren didn't give the guy any information. Lauren said to the guy, "I'll have my husband call you," because I wasn't around at the moment. Now, before I called back the Texas Commission, whatever it was, decided to do my homework. Now, I'm going to admit this right here. First off, I did no wrongdoing yet. Yet, I have not done nothing wrong. My bull is still behind me, right out that window. Chuck is still here on the farm. He has not left the state. We have not broken any shipping laws or anything like that. However, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I had no clue that there were certain requirements to give somebody else a bull. I'm sorry. I may sound naive or stupid or dumb. You can call me all of those names if you'd like. But I didn't know that there were specific guidelines or regulations that I needed to follow. I thought I would put him on the trailer. I would drive him down to Lester. Lester would have his vet look at him, tag him, take care of him, do all that stuff. No, that's not how it's supposed to work here. I didn't know that, but whoever called the PA or the Texas Commission to report us and try to get us in trouble, well, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for bringing it to my attention so I could go through the proper procedures. I didn't know. I just didn't. But you did us a favor, so thank you so much. So I have an RFID tag. So an RFID tag is a radio frequency tag that goes in their ear. All cattle going interstate must have an RFID tag. I never had an RFID tag. Thank God I have a farm premise ID, right? I have a farm premise ID, and that's a requirement, which takes weeks to get, but I already had one, so that's good. So all I had to do, which is so amazing, was walk my butt down to the Pennsylvania Department of Agricultural booth at the PA Farm Show. I walked myself right to the booth. I said, "Hey, I don't know anything about shipping these animals. I have one that I need to ship." He goes, "Oh, I got a guy. Our guy in the office. He can probably give you one tag. No problem." Made a phone call. My tag is going to be at the farm show at 9 a.m. this morning. So, ear tag, check, done. Now we have a couple other things that pose a problem with moving Chuck to Texas. One of the problems is here's the biggest problem we have. The biggest problem we have is he's a very big bull and he's dangerous. He's not dangerous because he wants to hurt you. He's dangerous because he's so big and heavy and he's got horns. And the other things that he needs done. Are you ready for this? He needs a TB test, tuberculosis. I believe that's the one where they give you the shot or put something on the base of the tail. And when they then they check it in 72 hours to see if there's a reaction. I think that's that test. You can correct me if I'm wrong. These are all things in the bovine area that I've never had to deal with because I don't deal with cows. I had cute petting zoo cows, and I'm not in this for the meat. I'm not in this for production. Okay, this is me just being I'm learning as I go, okay? I'm learning as I go. Sounds accurate. Okay, so that could be done possibly while he's awake. Um, or I don't actually know how it would be done. There's another test. This one's a little more difficult. There's a trichinosis test. Hear me out on this one. I'm maybe wrong on the pronunciation of that, but like a trichinosis test. Because he's of the dairy and he's intact, they need to check they need to swab. They need to swab the inside of his penis. How is anybody going to get close enough to Chuck to swab the inside of his penis? How is that happening? Sounds impossible, right? Sounds impossible. Yes, you are in bubble wrap again. My my phone mount that I had here broke, and so I have bubble wrap sitting there to hold you. You guys are sitting in bubble wrap. Okay, Jeff can do it. All right, so now all of a sudden, we need to ear tag him. We need to TB test him, which we can visually observe that area later, but we need to get him contained into a chute. Now, I called my vet. I was on the phone with the vet yesterday, the Department of Agriculture, Texas Animal Game Commission. I was on the phone with Steve Wunderlich from Wunderlich Hoof Care. So listen, here's how it's all hopefully going to go down. I'm going to give you the plans. I'm going to give you our idea on what we're going to try to do. So he needs ear tagged, of course. He needs the inside of his penis swabbed. He needs a TB test. He probably needs a hoof trimming. And he needs a CVI, a certificate of vet inspection. Now, my vet does not prefer to work on bulls unless they're super contained. So there are only two options that I've come up with. Two. One of them is tranquilize the guy. I really don't want to put him through that, but maybe it's the best. Unfortunately, my vet doesn't seem too keen on tranquilizing my bull. Does not want to do it. Second option is getting a squeeze chute, getting some way to hold him tight so he can't move, and then the vet can do all of the things that he wants. That is the other option. So I tried both avenues. I have a friend that has a tranquilizer pew pew. I have a friend that has one of those, but he doesn't have the medicine to go inside of it. So I asked the vet, hey, could you prescribe me some of this stuff, or you can do it while he's there, whatever, and we can put the guy down. At least put him to sleep. And the vet's not keen on that. So there you go. That didn't work. I'm getting there, Kelly. I'm getting there, Kelly. I'm almost there. So then my brainy mind came up to this guy I watch on Facebook, and I actually talk to him on the phone every now and then. He's got like 800,000 subscribers. You ever watch those videos where they're trimming the hooves of cows and there's all this pus coming out and maggots and it's just disgusting and gross? Well, I know the guy that does that content, and he has 3 rigs that go out. One of them's truck mounted, 2 of them are trailer. And what happens is they can get him into this squeeze chute and they can tilt the entire animal, 2,000 pounds or not, on its side while they're awake. So the animal goes into the chute. All we have to do is maybe move our trailer a little bit, make an opening. He also comes with 20 cattle panels. Now, I said, I need you. And so for $1,500, he's coming down on Friday, this Friday. And we're going to get Chuck into this chute. We're going to squeeze him. We're going to tilt him. He's going to trim his hooves. We're going to ear tag him. I need to get the vet here on board. I have not heard from the vet. But I have to have all this done in order to get him out the door next week down to Leicester. All of this needs to be done. I don't want to push my luck though with the vet because he's not very comfortable working with bulls. But I also am thinking maybe I'll just have the castration done now. I'm not sure. So I made all of these phone calls and all of this arrangements yesterday within like an hour of getting the call from the Texas Animal Commission. Um, that's the plan. That is our plan, is to put Chuck in a squeeze on Friday, tilt him on his side. Steve will trim the hooves. The vet will do the TB test. The vet will get the swab inside of his penis. We'll ear tag him like that. We'll put him back inside of his little pasture. And then 2 days later, or 3 days later, or 4 days later, something like that, the vet only needs to visually observe the area for the whatever test. And then the lab is going to need to give us the results of the swab inside the penis. Obviously, if he's positive for any of these things, find another vet. This is a good point. This is a good point. I may have to find another vet. Yes, Lester does want him castrated. He absolutely does. So yes, all of that, if you were watching during my live streams, I was sitting in front of the register dealing with customers. I was also dealing with that behind the scenes. So when you ask me, why has it been a rough couple days? It's not just what you see on camera. There's a lot going on behind the camera. My volunteers at the farm show, you are freaking amazing. You're rocking it. You're killing it. And don't be mad at me, but I'm going to tell everybody that behind the scenes of the SFF with the volunteers can be its own reality show. It really could. There's a lot that goes on with, and I just cannot go through all of the details out of respect for everybody involved, but tensions are running high. We're dealing with thousands of people coming to our booth, and we have we have people from different parts of the world trying to work together that never have, and it gets very stressful. It gets so stressful. And it's difficult. Tears have been shed. I'm surprised punches haven't been thrown yet, right? I love them all, and I just really hope and pray that we can all continue to get along and get through this week, and just like we give sign up times, right? If you want to volunteer at our farm show, we're down 3 people today. If you're in the area and able to help, please join us and volunteer. Oh boy, honey, maybe they're not going to want to volunteer now that I told them that it's behind the scenes an episode of Real Housewives. Well, I've never seen that show, so I'm not sure the content. Uh, it could be a reality show, absolutely. So, hey, if you are in the area and you're looking for something to do and you want to be part of the drama show, you guys can join the SFF at the Pennsylvania Farm Show. Just reach out. Um, it's okay. Everybody has their own dynamics. I guarantee every company has their own interdynamics. Oh, thank you, Henny. We're down because Lori has a fever. She dropped. I'm out today because I'm dealing with this and I'm getting my stitches out. And who's the third person? Honey, who are we missing that's the third person? Who was supposed to be there? Oh, Shasta misses her baby. Okay, we're not done yet. I wasn't done with you. Oh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, what a crazy life we live, right? Woo! Woo! There we go. Let's finish this bottle up. Lori and Cheryl are both sick. So now Cheryl has a fever as well. Oh no. Yeah, so Kitty Corner, if you're coming to visit the baby goats today, we have 119 goats. There's about, I don't know, 10 of them in the kitty corner. So there's going to be 109 goats for you to snuggle today. Unfortunately, Kitty corner is going to be closed down. You can pet you can pet the goats from over the fence, but we're not going to be doing the sign in with your license and take a little baby goat because that requires two people and clipboards and all that kind of stuff. Oh, not a fever for Cheryl, just a cold. Okay. Understood. Well, it's that time of year. Maybe wear masks. This is a possibility. Okay, so I got all of that information out about Justin, about Lovey, about Taylor, Jessica Rabbit, Chuck. So everyone's got that information now. So the departure date to head to Texas is still up in the air. Whoever called and complained to the Department of whatever in Texas, thank you very much. It was probably you, Sean. If they really wanted to be super vindictive, they should have waited till I actually transported them, because then they could have gotten me. They could have gotten me dead to rights. Okay, hold on though. I have a question. Is it a jailable offense? Probably not. I honestly, if I just wanted to load him up and take him to Texas, is it a jailable offense? There's no permit needed to transport the cattle from one state to another. All they require is a CVI, an 804 RFID tag, and a couple of tests, which the CVI comes with that. So, if there's no permit needed, and I break the rules on transporting an animal from state to state, just curious, what is the offense? I'm not going to get charges pressed against me. I'm not going to go to jail. I don't think they would confiscate the animal. I think they would just require the tests to be done there. I think that's all they would require. They would say, oh, well, need to have the test. Quarantine him? A hefty fine, huh? I'm not going to do it, obviously. I'm just saying that in the big scheme of things, I mean, Chuck's never been exposed to any other bovine or cattle. Actually, no, just recently he was at the auction house. Yeah. Regardless, all of the proper procedures are going to be taken. Friday's going to be a big day here on the farm. So I hope you guys are going to make sure you tell everybody. Tell everybody what's happening on Friday. Hi, girl. Come on, Bree. Again, see, another goat with no suckle reflexes. But here's the thing we have to understand is these guys are eating grains. I can tell you, we put the grains in the bins, they eat the grains. We watch them eat the hay, they eat the hay. We put more hay in, they eat it. Right? Did you talk to Lester since he was doing a thorough check in quarantine? So I tried to get a hold of him last night. He was in a no cell phone area by the time I was ready to reach out to him. And I was on the road. I didn't get a hold of him. It was just missed opportunities last night. So we haven't talked yet. Everything has developed so quick. In less than 24 hours, these are all of the things that we've learned we have to do. All right. Okay, girl. Come on. I want you to finish this bottle. So the plans for me today is I'm going to spend the next hour inside here focusing on these little goats. Um, or two, I don't even know. Andy was here at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning taking care of the rest of the guys. So I am going to, he left this for me to do and the grains outside. But I'm not going to get all crazy with the grains right now. I feel like I'm in this peaceful zen-y type mood and I don't really want to rile everybody up. Hi. Hi. Thank you, Christina Jackson. Appreciate it. That was your first live stream. Super. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, that was cute. Hey, you're welcome, Lori. Thanks for coming over from Lester's page. Hi. Can you finish this, Bree? 333 likes? No way. No way. Hi. Mm. Oh. Hmm. They make it so difficult sometimes. I do not like this part of it. I'm going to have to just keep on trying. Just keep on trying, right? We just keep, like, what does Dory say? Sing the Dory song for me. Keep on swimming. I don't. I can't even sing the Dory song. Keep on swimming. No, I don't even have the right tune. Ay, ay, ay. Just keep swimming? Is it keep swimming or just keep swimming? Nancy, thank you very much. Gloria, thank you. I wouldn't put it out there whenever you decide to transport Chuck. I know people want to know, but people, possibly Sean, might try something to get you in trouble. Well, it's just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. And thank you so much. Hey, guess what? I could care less what anybody thinks about my farm and what I do and where I'm taking my animals. And in fact, I'm going to let the world know. And I'm going to live stream Chuck inside the trailer. And I'm going to update everybody where we're at. Hey, thank you, Cindy, on where we're at on the road because I'm going to do everything by the books. And if they want to come after me for that, so be it. Give me the content. Serve it to me on a silver platter. I want you to come after me. I am going to tell the world where we're at and what we're going and and where we're going and when we're going. Everybody's going to know. I could care less about these little snakes that want to try to keep on attacking the farm. It's not the first time. We've had these guys come after us. Not just these guys, anybody. And when I say these guys, I'm talking about the enemy. The enemy comes after us in so many different ways, and they call CPS, they call animal control, they call the township on us. Listen, these attacks are not new to me. These attacks have been going on for years, ever since I started live streaming my life. I'm not doing anything wrong, and I welcome them to come here so I can record it and I can profit off of it, right? And so you guys can have a good story to watch. So I could care less about trying to isolate my movement date. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're all going to just watch the show, enjoy ourselves, and if drama comes along, then great, awesome, so much fun. Let's do this. I am trying to do everything by the books. Everything. Correct, Lauren. They're not new to us, but they always hurt. um, yeah. I like that, Roxanne. SFF strong. Let's go. Mm. Do you still need to do all that stuff as Chuck is going to be in a licensed farm rescue? Yes, absolutely. I need to do all that stuff no matter what Chuck is doing. However, I still need to do the ear tag. Regardless, I'm going to need to get him in a chute. If he were castrated beforehand, I do believe, don't quote me on this. If anybody wants to do the research, now this is all new within the last 24 hours of me learning about this. If you are shipping a steer, do you know what a steer is? A steer is not a bull. A steer was a bull. A steer lost his balls and now it's a steer. You don't have to perform a certain test, I believe, or I don't even think you might not even need paperwork on a steer. There was something I read yesterday, but in the chaos of trying to find the RFID tag and do everything properly, make my phone calls, on top of that, all of that happened just before I went live on the news. I literally went live on the news just before that all happened. And so I didn't get a chance to circle back and look and do my research. But there was something about shipping steers internationally, or not internationally, interstate, that you didn't have to do versus a bull. So I would like to circle back on that. And if anybody wants to do any of that research, amazing. But I am going to circle back to that because if there is a benefit to castrating him here in Pennsylvania versus waiting for him to get castrated in Texas, I don't see why we wouldn't do it here. R.I.P. Chuck's balls. Correct. Oh, rip Chuck. Oh, man. Chucky's testicles are going away. Jenny, when I get the shoot, am I going to go ahead and castrate Uno? So Uno is much easier. Listen, I have to focus right now only on Chuck. Um, if there's time in the day, I would say yes, but I'm not even going to try to put it on my schedule. I'm not going to try to overwhelm myself. I'm not going to try to make myself so busy and so much chaos that I'm going to start making mistakes. I need to cinco. It hurts when you lose one. It's so ingrained in my brain. It is so ingrained in my brain to say uno. Rip uno. Christine Butler has another poem for Chuck. She wrote one for Uno, and she's going to work on one for Cinco. I have not posted the poem from Christine yet. Every time I try to copy and paste and go look for a picture that matches him perfectly so I can post it, I get a phone call, I get distracted, I have something to do. It's chaos. There's a lot of chaos in my life right now. There's a lot of moving parts happening on camera and behind the scenes. So, wish me luck on my scans today for my shoulders and my getting my stitches out between my legs. That's gonna be nice. We have to wait again for him to heal. I'm not sure. I don't know. Knees had already been done, but I have not even had time to talk to my doctor yet about the results. I don't even know if my doctor read the results yet. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I know. I'm a little stressed out. You can see it in my eyes. There's this farm show thing goes on until Saturday. Breakdown on Sunday. The plan was to hit the road on Monday. I don't think that's happening. I don't think we're gonna get out on Monday. I don't think so. But we have no idea. Thank you, Patty Ann. Is Auntie Sue going with me to the doctor? I don't know. Sue has, and I feel so bad, man. I really, really, really wish I could give everybody my attention. I'm so spread thin. I have so many people in my life that care and love about me, and I don't have the time. I know that sounds horrible. Excuse me. I know that sounds horrible. But I don't. It's one thing after another, and I wish I could put aside a little bit of time for the people that are the closest to me, or the people that I feel just need a little bit of Justin love, a little bit of the goat father. Jeannie, I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. I've never castrated a bull. I don't know. I can tell you that my vet came and castrated Winston the pig, and he was up eating the next day and the same day. He woke up from his sleep, and he moved on. So I don't know what the recovery time is. If it's anything like, listen, I can't speculate. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know. You can ask questions all you want about the healing time and the castration, but I don't know. I don't know these answers. Um, I'm not a cow farmer. I'm a goat farmer. Come on. So what we're doing, what I call this right now, you may think nothing's happening, but there's a very specific reason for the way I'm holding this goat. There is my pinky down here, and I can feel every time she swallows. The bottle obviously is in her mouth, and there's slight movement. But this is called a gravity feed. And if you were to look really close at this bottle, there are little teeny bubbles floating to the top. Okay, that means the milk is slowly dripping into her mouth, and she's swallowing it. She's drinking. It's not a suckle reflex, but this is one of the ways to feed a baby goat without having to go through the tube feeding, which I'm not a fan of whatsoever. I'm not a fan of putting that tube down their throats. Have I done it? Yes. Do I like it? No. Because when you're tube feeding, you don't want to just put it right in the throat. You have to slide it down the esophagus, miss the airway, get it into the belly, and then start injecting the food down through a tube, through a syringe. I absolutely despise doing that to these baby goats, but I have done it. Okay. But right now, I can tell you there is milk being distributed into her belly right now. Very slowly. No, she can't suckle, unfortunately. She does not have a suckle reflex either. Maybe sometimes she does. I don't know. Andy's been with her for the last couple days. This is Brie, so Andy's been taking care of this. I'm not sure. But she's not down and out by any means. She still eats her hay and still eats her grains, and she's not on our radar for, um, you know, teetering on the edge. Okay. Ugh. Norm. Whew. Okay, everybody, listen. I need to focus on the rest of my chores, and I probably need to have myself a good cry because it might make things feel a little bit easier. But prayers for Andy today and the anniversary of his brother's passing. Prayers that everybody at the farm show can get it done, share the joy of the goats, and I'm going to keep everybody updated, okay? I'm going to keep you all updated with everything as they come along. I saw a post in the chit chat group that said, I think Justin shares about 80% of his life, and the other 20% of it is either too personal or too hard to share. Obviously, I'm not sharing my sex life, so there's the personal. And slowly I've been sharing more and more about the health of the goats when they're down and out. But don't expect me to always do so. Don't expect me to always share. I want you guys to be observant. If you're actually watching, um, if you're actually watching and paying attention and watching the goats, and one day there's a goat, and I say he's not doing well, and then every day thereafter for 2 weeks you don't see him or I don't talk about him, hence Justin. We talked about this at the beginning, so I'm not going to talk about it now. You can rewind or you can watch this on replay. I want you to put two and two together. We're all adults here, right? We can put two and two together and we can realize we're not all adults here. I know that. I know there's a couple young guys out there. But I need a little respect when it comes to my privacy. When I feel like I don't want to share something, it's most likely because I don't want to cry. I don't want to break down and I don't want to hurt and I don't want to feel that pain, right? So a little bit of respect goes a long ways when it comes to what I don't want to share, right? I'm sorry. Whew, crap. All right, listen. Listen, as Jeff would say. I'm out of here. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys on the flip side. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what the flip side is. But we'll see you later, okay? I'm crying. Bye.